Hi, I just listened to an incredible podcast, Mel Robbins' podcast, and her guest today, well, not today, a while ago, was a man by the name of Dr. Stuart Adler. And he is a behavior change researcher. And I've watched this before, but today I listened to it with new ears. And I wanted to tell you about something because it really is going to be helpful for something that happened just last night. My daughter has been working on sleeping in her own room, and it's been a long time since she's done that, and she's done really, really, really good job. And last night, she was not feeling like she wanted to be in her own room, and she got very upset about it, worried about disappointing me, disappointing her Nana, feeling disappointed herself, because we have a calendar that's kind of tracking how she's doing, and taking on all of this responsibility of how everyone else was going to feel, and feeling bad about herself for not being able to stick with her sleeping in her own room. And I didn't fight with her about it. I let her go into my room, of course, and I had a good talk with her about, being okay with herself and accepting that sometimes we fall off. Sometimes we can't keep up with things. We put too much pressure on ourselves, and everybody has an off night or an off day. And it's okay to do that. It's okay to stop doing something that you've been trying to change, because change takes time. It takes a lot of effort and commitment, and sometimes we can't do it all at once. We have to back off and give ourselves a break and have some compassion for ourselves. So I was talking to her about all that. And today's podcast, Dr. Stuart Adler was talking about how people, children, everybody is doing the best they can. People do well when they can. And it got me to thinking that my daughter has tried really hard to be in her room, and she has been successful for the last 2 weeks. And for whatever reason, she's feeling off and not wanting to be in her own room. And the takeaway from the podcast was that you have three choices when you're confronted with a problem, whether it's your own problem or you're trying to help someone else. And that is, you can try and force someone to do things your way. You can collaborate and come up with a solution together, or you can just let it go until another time when it's more appropriate and not worry about solving the problem in that moment. And so I am now thinking that I need to go back and talk to my daughter and say, what do you think you need to do to help yourself feel more comfortable in your room when you're having, an off night, or you think you need to be with me? And I think that empathy and compassion piece was a big deal in what he was saying. Get an understanding for what your child is feeling. They don't want to hurt themselves or hurt anyone else. They don't want to be difficult. Basically, they want to do well, but they don't have the skills to do well. So take the time to work together on building those skills, whatever those skills may be. They could be communication skills, they could be resilience skills, they could be flexibility skills. There is a number of them that he said, and I can't remember them all. But the point is to take time to sit down and have a conversation with whoever the person is that you might be having an issue with, or who is having an issue that you're trying to help them solve. Take time to discuss it together, get both sides of the story, get both perspectives, get some solution, some things that you can both come up with for a solution. Both ideas is what I mean. Take both sides. Don't try to make someone do what you think they should do, because they're not going to be as on board as they will is if they come up with a solution on their own and you go together on it and both parties are happy. And I'm sure if you've had that happen to you, if someone's trying to press their will on you and make you do something that you've had no interest in doing, that didn't help. So this is just a reminder, and to keep in mind that all people, children, adults, we do well when we can. And so it's not that we don't have the will, is that we don't have the skill. And to keep that in mind, people do well when they can. Your children are doing the best they can. You are doing the best you can. Your parents are doing or did the best they could with what they knew. And so there's a reminder. I'm going to certainly go home tonight and talk to my daughter about what she thinks might be a good solution to the nights when she's feeling like she can't be in her room by herself. And we'll come up with something together. We'll collaborate on it. And it will be a lot more powerful, and both parties will be happier, and a solution will be discovered together. And so I hope that helps somebody out there. If you've been a product of having someone press their will on you and make you do things, and that's all you knew, and that's what you've learned, and that's how you've parented, or been a partner, or been a sibling or a coworker, don't try and press your will on people. It's not going to go well, not typically. It's much better when you collaborate. Thanks.